Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's Roberta here with another car conversation. Hope that you are doing well this morning. As you can tell, it's cold outside. And this particular morning, it is dreary and rainy, and that is okay. We are still going to have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm excited to share with you what is on my mind. So, the topic is dating after divorce. How are we feeling about it? So I think it's really interesting to think about one, how do you know you're ready for dating? How might you consider um, your own personal preparedness and mindset to engage in a dating relationship? So starting there with just the idea of readiness for dating, are you clear on your own mindset, mental health? As an example of what I'm saying is, are you mad at your ex? Are you mad at men? Are you distrusting of men? So if you're just going to be out here raging and be like, oh, every man is terrible. I can't trust him. I'm always looking for red flags. That might be a caution flag for you. You're not in a mindset to meet new people, I don't think, because you're always going to be looking for, you know, the flaw or the crack or the reason why it can't work. So are you ready? Like, what's that perspective for you? For me, I recall that my readiness was in the space of, okay, I'd be okay to start talking to some people because I had personally kind of set aside one, the hope that I was going to get remarried. So I'm not sitting here pining over the end of that relationship or a specific person. And, you know, I really wanted companionship. I also was clear on the fact that I wasn't looking for a new marriage partner. I just wanted someone to hang out with. And that can take different forms of different people. But for me, my readiness was, I'm kind of open minded to what I might encounter. And I wasn't mad at my ex. Like, am I mad at behaviors that my ex may demonstrate? Sure. But as a person, I wish the best for him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at men. So I think I was in a pretty good mindset to explore dating and explore what it might mean. Um, yeah, so are you in the right mindset to start dating? Two, I would say, are you clear on your own boundaries and what you will not be okay with? Because if you don't know, you will accept a lot of things. You'll probably accept things that are misaligned with your own value system. So I had been in individual therapy for about a year before, just under a year before my separation, and probably just under 2 years before I decided to kind of explore dating again. And it was there that I did the work around mindset and boundaries and values. So my therapist, had asked me over time what was important to me, what I was looking for, and with respect to what I didn't have in my marriage, as well as how I didn't show up well in my marriage. So let's talk about this. So I knew that um, I knew one of the things that I struggled with was a scarcity mindset. And I come from a family where they had to work really hard to earn a living and to create the careers that they created for themselves. And my parents would always tell me that education was a key element of being able to provide for yourself and provide for your family. So, educate yourself, be positioned well. I'd have been in my career field 14, 15 years at this point, but I'd also seen a lot of people who were more senior to me get fired or, job was downsized. And so how that showed up in my marriage was, always nitpicking at finances and being super aware of, can I pay for it? Should we spend it? Well, that's a value system or a fear that I have to acknowledge I bring that mindset. So we think about that in the terms of boundaries and values in dating. I knew that when I was looking to find a partner, that financial security, financial planning is something that's super important to me. If something like that's important to you, then the person you date should be positioned well with that value. Like, you can't wish it for them, hope it for them. Like, I hope they become a nicer person. I hope they become a more financially secure person. I hope they become a better planner. Like, if they are not those things now, you will not make them those things by sheer will or mindset or intuition. Like, don't position yourself with a person that doesn't meet your value system. And knowing when to say no. So readiness, mindset, boundaries, those sort of things are super key. And then the age-old question, where do you start to find a person? Y'all, I didn't really understand what my friends meant when they said dating out here was just trash, for lack of a better word. I tell you what, it is hard. It is hard to just even know where to start, much less qualifying, is he a good man? Is he a dad? All those sort of things. So yeah, I tried it. I tried the let's go where some places I like to go. So I like to eat out. I like nice restaurants. So perhaps I might encounter someone or a group of someone that, with a group that might catch my eye, spark up nice conversation. Maybe you and a girlfriend, you and a guy friend, you go out in the evenings, you like to party, and maybe you'll find or come across someone who, is in that environment. Maybe they're not a party animal, but, they just like to have a good night out with their friends as well. And then online dating, we'll come back to that. Online dating is just, that is tough. Online dating is tough. And then there is the space where you could be introduced by a family or a friend to someone they think you could match well with, or they think you all have aligned values. So that would also be a great place to potentially meet somebody. So I tried the whole, let me meet someone when I'm out. And I met, a couple of nice guys, and they were pretty cool. And I realized that the value system came into play. One of the things that I had struggled with personally was this idea of, one, needing to be seen, and two, chasing after somebody in order to be relevant or seen. And my therapist didn't tell me this. It was just a coming to Jesus sort of awareness of myself. So yeah, I'm going to go out to get brunch or to get lunch or to get dinner or happy hour. Why? Was it because I was hungry? Probably partially. But I realized I had this bit of a flaw where I was like, well, if I'm in this environment, then maybe someone will see me. And that's just not healthy. Because I found myself overexerting myself, like just trying to be out there to be seen. And I just realized that wasn't a good behavior of mine. So I realized I had to stop that. If I'm going to go out for a good time with my friends, then I'm going to go out with the sole purpose of having a good time with my friends. I think that sort of eagerness of wanting to be seen positions you to accept whatever, you know? The other part of it is, um, I think I said chasing. This is what I mean by that. I want to be dated. I want to be courted. I want a man to make an effort to talk to me, to spend time with me, to keep me engaged in the interaction in his life, and I will also do the same. But it cannot be a one-sided sort of effort. Every time I engage with you, it can't be like, hey, I'm checking in, how are you? And silent or crickets or intermittent or really short responses. To me, that's really not, doesn't demonstrate you're engaged with me. And if I have to keep reaching out to you over and over and over again, I feel like I'm chasing you. And I don't want to chase you. I want there to be this balanced interaction of looking forward to speaking with somebody. At one point I was talking to this guy and he was like, I would appreciate hearing from you more often. Well, that took me aback, but I really appreciate the clarity that conversation offered. Like, it demonstrated to me that he also valued spending time with me. And so then you can grow from there and not take it for granted. But also the person who says, oh yeah, let's catch up, right? You love the, oh, let's catch up, let's go get drinks, let's go get coffee, we'll go next week on Tuesday. Okay, cool. It's Saturday when we have this conversation, Sunday is coming, Monday you're like, I wonder if we're still going. I wonder what time, I wonder what location. In one space, you could be like texting like, hey, are we still meeting up tomorrow? And that could be a reminder, check in, perhaps like, do you have a location? But I've done that before and gotten the, oh, I don't know yet. I'll let you know. Here's the thing. If you don't let me know by Tuesday morning, maybe not even Tuesday morning, Monday night, I'm not reaching out to you again. I'm not asking again. This is because my time is just as valuable as your time. I'm also asking myself if you are the person who can, one, make plans and execute, pick a place, pick a location, pick a time, something. And then two, are you going to keep to your verbal commitments like, hey, I would like for us to go out and get coffee together. I'm going to recognize the fact that we all have working jobs, that our time is sometimes just constrained. But if you were to say to me, yeah, I did want to go get coffee tomorrow, and one, I'm sorry to get you the time in a decent enough time, or can we move it to another day? That's good communication. I encountered someone who asked me, hey, would you like to go to lunch? I said, I would love to go to lunch. Saturday work? Yeah, Saturday works for me. Does this location work? Yeah, so he started to give me like options. While we were still talking on the phone, he comes back with, here's the location at this time. I've made a reservation. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for taking an idea and moving it to execution. I am looking for a partner in the world. So if that doesn't matter to you, okay, cool. But for me, this was so meaningful. I had been so accustomed to empty promises. Yeah, we are going to. I'd like to, with no follow through. So my value was, if you're going to make a commitment, make it, see it through. And I will stop talking to you if you keep breaking promises or keep making empty commitments. If we're doing that while dating, nah, I'm not even going to to wonder what you would do in a long-term relationship, because you're demonstrating to me now what your value system is and how you operate today. And lastly, online dating. Y'all, online dating has been helpful for some people. Let's not act like it isn't. Otherwise, this place wouldn't be in business. But at $20 to $30 a month, or hundreds of dollars for a high-end sort of one, we need a better set of candidates in this dating pool, because, wow, you will encounter all sorts of people. I was told that men and women look at this differently, which I hadn't really considered. Men might be going on there looking for just kind of a casual hookup, whereas women may be actually looking for someone to spend time with, to just first hang out with, like a nice friendly encounter. If you're using it for other purposes, I can't speak to that. I definitely was looking to find someone that I could have lunch with, maybe like go to events with. And hey, I saw this new movie. Would you like to go? There's something downtown. Would you like to check it out? That's the vibe I was looking for. And I was encountering all sorts of things. Let's also share the fact that I also think online dating is a really, really terrible thing for your psychological confidence. Think about it. You pay this money, or maybe you don't pay money to get on this dating platform. And in some platforms, you keep like, hey, I like you, I like you, I like you. Like you're swiping, you're clicking, you're swiping, you're clicking, and you're identifying all the people that catch your eye, that seem to have a really nice, solid background for what they've shared. And crickets. They don't respond. And you're checking your app, checking your app, checking your app, and all you're doing is have this hope, disappointment, hope, disappointment. Like, that is a terrible setup, because you're always hoping, did they respond? Did they meet me? Do they like me? Well, maybe they didn't respond. Did they not respond because of something that I did? What's wrong with me? And imagine the mental spiral that could ensue, because you just keep getting disappointed and having your hopes up. And then let's not talk about the ones who are just completely misaligned. I'm just going to say it like that. You look at their profile, you look at their interests, you're just not attracted to them. That's also discouraging. So I tried 2 or 3 of those, and yeah, I met a couple of people on there, but man, I tell you what, it is tough out there. And for those of you who are looking to do dating, online dating is a bit tough. And for me, I found it to be super discouraging and harmful for my mental well-being. So I just cut it off altogether. So yeah, I think if you're thinking about dating, make sure you're in a good mindset, that you understand the values that are important to you, and that you have, good boundaries set up for yourself and what you're looking for. And then, lastly, find the right venue. Like, if you're out there putting yourself out because you want to be seen or chased or whatever, then that's probably not a good position. There's a Bible story around Ruth and Boaz, but I think I always remember that phrasing, when a man finds a wife. That you may meet somebody, but the man will find you and will indicate their interests. So there will be no chasing and all those sort of things where you have to chase after a man. But also, let's be honest with ourselves. For some reason, our last marriage didn't work, whether it was us, whether it was them, a combination of both. Do the work to be super clear on who you are, super clear on what you value, super clear on what you will not accept. I also found dating to be a really, really great way to learn how to say no. No, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't like that. No, that doesn't work for me. No, you're not my type. No, that's not my value system. No, you're not available enough. No, I'm not going to make myself more available. No, I'm not bending over backwards. Like, there's just certain things that you have to say no to in order to learn how to have that muscle memory. So you're not always saying yes, like, oh yes, I'll switch my schedule around. Oh yes, I'll bend over backwards. Oh yes, I'll put my children here. Be clear on your values. Be clear on what's important to you. And do that work before you start going out here trying to connect and link up with somebody else. Anyway, I will have more thoughts on dating, my journey, what I'm thinking about, how it might play out, and I look forward to having more car conversations with each one of you, and I wish you a beautiful day. Bye.